recording. I got my food. Eric gave us an introduction and everything, and I'm just gonna have to dig in now.
Okay, look, there's a kind of like a very popular chef who owns this restaurant. The dishes he produces, he was famous for using like offcuts of meat, like kidneys and things like that, to turn them into something really simple and tasty. Like you'll see things on the menu that's like, oh, when I was served that as a kid, I thought that was fucking gross, but now like a fillet of mackerel that's pickled here is gonna be like the tastiest version of that thing you didn't like when you were a kid. Kidneys on toast, liver and onions, that's all here, but it's all done nicely. Cheers. Good to see you, man. Enjoy.
You're at 109 right now.
Thanks, Kobe. Hey guys, this is a long video, and I understand if you don't watch it. But if you are interested, and if you have the time, if you find the time, or if you set aside some time to watch this, I'd greatly appreciate it. This is my trip to Europe. It includes some footage from Denmark, Sweden, and this particular video focuses on London, England. I meet up with a very good friend of mine, Eric, and we visited the Tate Modern together. You know, he lives there. I was just traveling through, and it's always good to have someone, you know, who knows the terrain, knows the lay of the land, I think it's called. Yeah, it's a long video. I don't want to belabor it, or belabor watching you viewing the movie with this introduction, but I just have to warn you up front. I tried to make it as interesting as possible. I threw in some dance videos. I threw in another video that I made with there's just music. There's just music throughout. I think that there are some interesting things to see here. So yeah, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and come with me to Europe. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings from, where are we, Kobe?
You're at 109 right now.
Alright, so I don't know what happened to my device. Alright, so a funny thing happened. So I go to the what am I saying? Let me get it right. I went to the reception desk at the hotel, and I asked the young lady, how do I send a postcard? So she's like, first you buy the postcard. I'm like, no, not that far back. No, not that far back. I know how to send a postcard. Yeah, I've already purchased it. I already have the stamp. It's ready to go. And but come to think of it, I did make an error. I wrote the letter, I put the stamp on and everything, and I forgot the address. So, you know, I can't blame her for being like stupid, because I'm stupid at the same time. Yeah, I was offended. I was like, first you buy the postcard. I'm like, no, what's wrong with you? All right, so anyway, so she tells me do all of that stuff. She's like, once you have the postcard and you're ready to send it, once you got the postcard and you're ready to send it, then just drop it in the mailbox. She said, walk down the street, there's a yellow mailbox. I think this is it. This big old thing that says Post Nord on it. And that's about it. Looks like 1 o'clock is the time when it will be picked up. 13, that's not a price, that's 1,300 hours, I'm guessing. All right, so Malala, this is, you're going into this post box here. I've got my message written on here. All right, there's postage right there. There's right there. Probably shouldn't have shown the address, but I have to make sure that's out of there. All right, bye-bye. All right, so that's done. Yeah, that was funny to me at least. All right, something's not, my GoPro, this device is not working properly. I have to go back to the hotel and fix it. What the hell? Technology is faltering on me, man. It sucks, man. I'm still in Sweden. I have the faintest idea which part of the city, Stockholm, I'm actually in. I got off at Skansko, and over here I'm at the African Magic Hair Salon. Now I can't record yet because I haven't received permission, but I can record outside their business. I can tell you what's up, what's good with it. See that Crenshaw right there, Stockholm. It's up in Stockholm, yo. So that's what it looks like. Like some things never change. Whether what city you're in, whatever, you have to wait to get your hair done. So you come to the salon, and she's told me be here at 5. I was here like a few minutes before 5, but I still have to wait to get my hair done. So that's what I'm doing, waiting. So we'll see what's up. But they're professional. They look like they know exactly what they're doing. Everybody in here is from, you know, proper African nation. Styles are all up on the wall. Wait till you see what's on the inside. Wait till I get permission to film, and then you see what's going on in the inside. Then you'll be like, oh yeah, they know what's up. I came to African Magic here in Sweden to get right.
African Magic. Ensuite 109 pour Internet.
They got me right. African Magic. Sunday service in Sweden. I'm preparing to leave, so this is my last day. This is my last hour in this accommodation here. My last hour. Nice cherry blossoms down there. The sun comes up at like 4 in the morning over here, and then it's pretty bright until like 10 p.m. Gotta give you some of that good Swedish, you know, Christian music. All right, what's next? Another song is coming.
Med allt som händer i vår värld just nu och allt som kanske händer i just ditt liv nu, så är det skönt att veta att Gud uppmanar oss att lägga allt det som händer hos honom. Vi ska sjunga i nästa sång att han är sanning.
The Lutheran Church.
Livet och han är
That's the biggest church in Sweden, or the greatest number of members, Sweden.
Och hans ljus.
All right, so here's what I learned about Sweden. Trash in Sweden is well maintained and managed, and other countries pay Sweden to dispose of their trash. So Sweden has incinerators that are working vociferously, I suppose. You know, they're working diligently, and in order to justify the cost of keeping them running, they have to accept the waste from other countries. I learned this from another YouTube video. A YouTuber from America. He's actually from, I think, Oregon, and he lives in Sweden. So it's pretty cool, pretty interesting information. And so this is Sunday. I'm leaving this accommodation, and I had to dispose of my garbage, the final remnants of my garbage that I've collected here. I didn't exactly do a good job because you're supposed to sort it, and I don't think I sorted it very well. Hopefully, because I didn't create a lot of waste, someone will sort it for me, and they won't find it, you know, pretty disastrous or pretty troubling and burdensome on their day, you know. So all right, so I showed you the view from the window. There are actually 3 windows. I'm not gonna open all of them, but you get the idea. And because, see, I left this one closed, or I drew back or I drew them closed, the curtains, because, you know, when you're trying to go to sleep and it's still bright out, it's difficult. It's difficult to find the circadian rhythm. It's difficult. So you have to draw the curtains and set your own circadian rhythm, follow your own timeline. This has been a test in time and time manipulation. All right, peace. God bless on this beautiful Sunday. I'll say a prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass us. Deliver us from evil, forever and ever. Amen. I butchered it, but I memorized. I still memorize. I still have it memorized. So, all right, peace. A morning jog in Sweden. Yeah. It's important to take advantage of the sunlight and the great weather. That's what the Swedes are doing. That's what I learned to do. Watch the YouTube video, because they don't get a lot of this. They don't get a lot of sunlight, so it's perfect timing, yo. I'm walking over to the cherry blossoms, and the problem with this is it's blocked off. They're like, don't come over here. This is wild. All right, I stayed in this hotel here on the 5th floor. So this is what I'm talking about. Now, if these cherry blossoms had been, I think these are cherry blossoms. If we had these cherry blossoms in Los Angeles lining the streets. Oh look, there's another group of runners way down there. Man, today is the day to go for a jog, to get out and enjoy nature and all of it. Sweden, ja, Sweden. Tack. Hey. I think that's the coolest part. That's the coolest part about this, like their language. To say hello is to say hey. Hey. That's so cool. That's not slang. They're literally speaking Swedish if you say hey. Hey meaning hello. And then to say thanks is tack. Hey. Tack. Alright, 2 minutes in for this video. Boy, oh boy, that's a long video. I do say so myself. It's gorgeous clouds. Whew. Yeah, here comes another group of Swedes jogging. So today is the day. Today is the day to jog for the Swedes, and they're coming. They're coming. Watch them come. Big group. Big group of Swedes. And I'm just out for a stroll. Can't even see me. I'm just out for a stroll, enjoying my final day in Sweden, in Stockholm. Yeah. And here they come again. Another group of runners. I'm just looking for the supermarket. Holy smokes, my head is on fire. This sun is just, whoo. The heck? Here they come. So these are my last few hours in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden. I'm noticing the sun is coming from behind the clouds every so often. It's going behind the clouds right now, so I get a blast of heat and then some cool, very cold breezes, and then when the sun reappears, it's warm again, just fluctuating. I was just thinking about my travels and how I wanted to be meticulous and keep records of my spending, but I lost track. Some things popped up, and my attention was diverted. So many things came up, from the museum being closed to switching plans, changing and going to a new museum, and a whole bunch of stuff. Just a whole bunch of stuff happened. So I'm like, I gave up on it. So just gave up on it. Anyhow, the Volvo is a Swedish car brand. I know that now. I won't forget it now because I've been here. I've seen the Volvo all over. Here in Sweden, they still have a lot of these other vehicles, from Audis, Mercedes, Kias, Hyundai. I'm just looking at the cars right now as I mentioned them. Is that a Jaguar? Or maybe Alfa Romeo? What comes to mind is when I was in Ghana, Edmund, our tour guide, asked me a question about, what do I do? Strictly speaking, I'm not employed by anyone per se. I mean, I do have a delivery job, and when I get back to Los Angeles, then I will get back into making deliveries. I see these delivery people all around. There was one, there's two, if you can see them, making deliveries. I don't do deliveries like that. I take care of larger catering orders, but I'm a deliverer nonetheless. I drive my vehicle and deliver foods. I'm in the process of becoming a substitute teacher. I'm only a couple of steps away. I have to return to Los Angeles and then buckle down and just take a few medical tests, the tuberculosis test and some other tests. And after that, I should be good to go. And from what my wife tells me, it should pay pretty well, and there should be benefits involved. So I'll just have to do that, earn some money, support myself, and save up some more so I can travel again. And that's about it. Oh yeah, so Edmund asked me, what do I do? And I told him I was an English teacher, and he was adamant, well, what do you do now? What is it that you do now? And I was, I didn't want to say I'm unemployed. I didn't want to say that at all. And in fact, I have my own business. There's a family in our community who calls upon me to be their private Uber driver. That's better than driving for Uber. Uber sucks. You can make some money, but you have to accept anybody in your car, and that can become difficult. So yeah, I've got that business, and then I'm making these videos and stuff for YouTube and Instagram and stuff, and a podcast. So very much right now I'm in the building creation mode, building and creating content, you know, and I'm guided by my story, that story. But he asked me, and he kept pressing me, what do you do? What do you do? What is your job? What is your function? What do you do? And I was just like, I give up, man. So I told him what I read on a t-shirt one time. I told him, man, I just drink beer and I know things. I drink beer and I know things. And he laughed at that one. He didn't ask me afterwards, what do I do? You know? I guess the lesson is don't take yourself too seriously. You know? People can see right through all of the BS. I wasn't trying to BS him. But, you know, he wanted the, I want to say Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Nah, that's not it. That's not appropriate at all. He wanted the real deal. He wanted the real McCoy. So that's pretty much what it is. I drink beer and I know things. Yep. All right, that's all I wanted to share. I thought about that phrase. I drink beer and I know things. I just wanted to say that on video. I'm just enjoying these last few hours here in Stockholm, Sweden. Ja, Sweden. Yeah. My experience on the subway yesterday, I took it for the first time. Like walking these streets in this part of the city, you can see a lot of Swedes, a lot of blonde Scandinavians. But then when I got on that subway, boy, oh boy, did that change quickly. Still saw the Swedes, but I also saw a lot of other people. Asians, Africans. Oh boy, it was different on that subway. It was a pleasant change, I'll say that. All right, those are my thoughts. Peace. I'll leave you with the sun and clouds. That is a tree with a massive nest, bird's nest. Just saw some birds fly out of there.
Vet inte vad.
Piccadilly line.
Ah, yes. Hello again. The Eid celebration is one for the Muslims that celebrates the end of Ramadan. Ramadan, that most Islamic of celebrations, of holidays, not unlike the Passover or the Lent of the Jews and the Christians, respectively. The Eid celebration is one whereby the end of Ramadan, that six week period over which the Muslims fast, ends. As I embark on my journey today, I will venture out into the city where I will see a number of things, and I will be among the throngs of Muslims who are moving between their masjids, mosques, and their homes on this most blessed of day. It is interesting, to say the least, that in this particular year, the year 2022 of our Lord, that the Passover, the Lent, the Passover, the Easter, and the Ramadan celebrations have all coincided. This is a most auspicious and curious coincidence. However, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are all brother or sister religions. Father Abraham had many sons, is how the story goes. And each religion is birthed from the, and each of the religions is, and each religion, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, are all Abrahamic religions. Hello, I'm Larry Wiggs, and I'm reporting live from London, England for 109. This is Larry Wiggs reporting from London, England. Today is a most auspicious day for the Muslim community.
It is the Eid al-Fitr, the celebration of the end of the Ramadan. Ramadan this year has coincided with Easter and Passover. Imagine that. Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, all Abrahamic religions having their celebrations coincide at the same time. Fascinating. In the year of our Lord, 2022.
This is the Science Museum, Natural History Museum. Cheerio, oh boy. Here I am in London, in England, having a wonderful, splendid time. I was here, 2000 and something. I was here traveling. I had a layover for 6 hours. I got out the airport and I went down here. I jumped in a black cabbie. I don't know what they call it, black cab. And I saw the city. Cost me 200 bucks. And it was very short, and maybe less than an hour. 200 bucks for a black cab tour of the city. So I've already been here, but here I am again, enjoying the scenes. Jolly good time to be back here on the Eid al-Fitr day, the celebration for the Muslims. But folks are out and about enjoying themselves just the same. It's quite an experience to be here in London, England. Oh, and we're coming upon another splendid building. I believe it's a museum of some sorts. Let's see what I see.
It wasn't made in the trip like this, like.
Ah, yes, and there it is. Splendid building here in England. I spot a man down the road, down the Abbey, wearing all white. I believe he is of the Islamic faith. I believe he is a Muslim. After all, it is the end of Ramadan. Shit, I'm from Los Angeles. They say look right. I look left and right.
Okay.
Salong. So it is what it is. Here I am in London, England, and I'm passed by this restaurant. Can I get it? It's world famous. You know, Salt Bay, that dude who sprinkled the salt on his elbow and his forearm. This is his spot right here. So he tells me that they opened up a restaurant in Los Angeles. So that's cool. Might have to stop by, but hey, as they say, when in Rome, right? Or rather, when in London. Oh, the double deckers. I imagine this is legal. What with that arm hanging down? Well, folks, this is the Rose Garden here at the corner, Hyde Park. Hyde Park corner, that's what this is. I'm sitting here on this bench at Hyde Park corner at the Rose Garden. Here I am. It's overcast, cloudy, very cloudy day. Check that out. Every section of the sky is covered in clouds. Alrighty. And here I am just chilling. Well, I just walked from whatever station in Gloucester all the way down here. It was a nice little walk. I passed a number of different stores, famous stores, world famous stores, restaurants, Harrods of London, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And so I'm in the place to be. I'll be meeting Eric probably in the next 10 minutes. I'll probably jump in a black cab and head over to the Tate Modern. I think he just messaged me. Let me check my messages now. I could be wrong, but it's about that time, and I just felt the vibration. Yep, I'm on the ramp outside the door, he says. Oh, wow. Hey, dude, I'm here. Just gonna pop inside for the bathroom. Okay. I'm messaging him back. I'm texting him. So he's already there. I lost track of time walking down here. I figured I had more time, but I don't. I gotta go. Gotta go meet Eric. All right, so let me jump in a black cabbie and make my way. Go by to a nice little. So I'm in a taxi now. This is a black cab, sir?
Yes, it is.
Black cab, okay. So I'm in a black cab now. I walked all the way from way back there up here. I went to the Hyde Park, and then I discovered that you cannot get a taxi outside of Hyde Park, at least from right here. So I walked all the way back in that direction to find a taxi stand, and I luckily got a taxi stand to take me to the Tate Modern. So that's the update. So it's gonna cost me a few pounds here, but that's what it is. Oh.
I was going to go through the tunnel, then I thought, no, Trafalgar Square shut off, so I can't. So I've got to go around.
So London is shut off, he says, and it's going to take a longer route. Can't take the tunnel. Oh, what's this? Wellington. I remember seeing that. That's what it is. So the one thing I'm noticing is, being what the day is, what the celebration is, as I'm walking the streets, the Muslims are quite receptive to me. You know, a nod here or there. And I did notice as I was walking that too. Very, very interesting. There were a couple were walking and they split in order for me to walk through the middle. That was quite interesting. Yeah. Look at this dude, man. Haven't seen this guy in. I haven't seen you in how many years? 10?
Nothing's changed. 10 years. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. Still unfathomable decision making at times. You know, nothing has changed at all. How you doing, man?
Oh man, good. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. How was Hyde Park? So you walked from your hotel to Hyde Park and then from here? Because I feel like it actually would have been a comparable amount of time.
It's all good. I'll make it work.
I mean, obviously there is a large amount of tourist stuff to do, and you're not going to have so much time. So.
Are you okay with the camera?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
I watched your videos.
Eric's cool with it.
I think it'll be okay in the space as well. It's actually quite a good gallery to film, I think.
Okay.
Do you know who Himid is?
Who?
The artist we're going to see.
No, I have no idea.
She was the first black woman ever to receive the Turner Prize, which is this country's most prestigious art prize. That was 5 years ago. This is like her first like big career retrospective. The pieces for which she was awarded that prize are up in there. It's pretty cool. It's interesting because like the brief for the exhibit is that you're, as an audience member, supposed to be part of the exhibit. It's like a play, I guess she called it. And last time I was here, I thought it was really fun. I just smoked weed. I was in there, there was like no one in there. I was laughing my ass off by myself. And it's like that kind of exhibit. It's not, you know, sanctimonious in that way.
Okay. See, Eric is cool like that because he's studied African American history, and he knows better than I do what's really going on. So I'm loving this.
Sorry, I will do it. Let's go. Sorry about that.
So I'm Eric's guest.
Yeah.
He's got me in here as a guest. I get in for free, so that's cool.
So what, you booked your ticket already, and then
it's non-refundable, non-exchangeable. Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because obviously, I mean, yeah, you don't need it now.
Right.
So what is it? What is this ticket you're doing? You're in Sweden for days, and then.
All right.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you want to help yourself?
You want to give an intro and a little update from what we did
Sure.
in front of the camera?
What have we done? After Larry's tardy arrival, we went into the Lubaina Himid exhibit. I had been there already, so mostly it was me lecturing at him. But, you know, Larry contributing things that I didn't fucking know, and that was awesome. Unfortunately, there wasn't recording allowed inside, but I'm sure Larry has taken home many life lessons that he will impart to his videos over the course of the months and years. So that's what's important, really.
The museum store at the Tate Modern. Tate. Isn't this where Jay-Z did something? Jay-Z filmed a video here or something? Tate Modern?
Did he? Oh, maybe down in this space down here in the
Let's see.
What's this space called? I can't remember.
Foyer or something?
No, it has this has a particular space. This is like its own gallery space. They'll put like super huge installations in here, often commissioned individually. You can exit here. I just want to go through.
Yeah, let me just film around here.
Yeah, I think maybe they're between pieces, but usually there's a big piece hanging right in there.
Wow.
Or sometimes it's like a video thing. It's often being sponsored by like Samsung Global or whatever, you know. Whoever has taken the mantle up in place of the old Nazi supporters who traditionally supported art galleries. No, there's like a lot of the organizations that typically have sponsored big fashion and art exhibitions in like the world's history, in like the modern world's history, are like I don't know, organizations like that are now increasingly shown to be a little unscrupulous in their history.
Oh,
for
yeah.
various reasons.
Harvard University.
Among others, yeah. I mean, Harvard must have a endowment in the billions, surely. So who knows? But yeah, shall we then?
I'm good.
Yeah. You don't see people in the less popular side of the building, but it's really interesting. anything you want here as a bi fan. You know what I mean? Like, and you can, you know, women particularly, there's not ideas of like, you know, miscegenation in the same sense that there still is in particularly like the South of America. You know what I mean? Like, including like my neighborhood.
Maryland.
Huh?
Maryland.
Yeah. And Maryland's the South, technically. You know, I mean, you get outside of the DC suburbs, it is like fucking corn and tobacco country, and Tyson Chicken also. You know, proud Maryland brand, Tyson Chicken.
We can get the beef.
Although here a lot of the tobacco farms have converted into like great wineries, great vineyards. This is the River Thames, famous river, obviously.
Yeah.
Once extremely stinky, cleaned up in the last 100 years or so. I don't know the history of it at all, but this is the new Globe Theater, Shakespeare Globe Theater. It's not the original Globe, but it's the one's been reconstructed for sort of tourist purposes. But still a great theater, working. You know, cool. Yeah. If you had like a week and you were gonna do like the maximum tourist route, this is where you would go. On part of there for sure. You would probably almost certainly do this walk actually.
That thing is fast.
Look at that fucking thing.
That is fast.
Just did not realize.
You did not realize?
I didn't realize that was a thing and how fast it went. I had heard of the water taxis, but I had not seen Uber boat.
Yeah.
Which is very and something's fucking going on today. I don't know what it is. Like, there's been like multiple boats of fucking chanty ass lads like this doing essentially some version of exactly this chant. It's always this chant, and it's like this. I mean, I come to this area a lot, and I've never seen this before. Just there's multiple tourist boats. This is one of these boats up here is gonna start chanting them too. It's fucking not great atmosphere. You know?
Yeah,
I think it must be football, soccer related somehow. But
yeah, get a lot of white boys together and have them chant like that. It's like it's a little scary and worrisome.
it's really T-shaped. With whom we have known each other since childhood and made friends over our mutual love of football. And it's like you could literally like, get friends with any kid in the fucking grade over that, you know. It feels very arbitrary, you know. What white male friendship is expensive sometimes. I mean, that's not true. But they're connecting on levels they don't acknowledge. Like it's like, oh well, we talk about football, but really they're connecting. Man, you know, yeah, it's just inherently whiter.
I just came from Sweden.
Oh sure.
The blonde hair. But you know, for where I'm staying, I took the tube. I took the tube in from Heathrow.
Sure.
I got in there, I got off the train, and it was just like India City.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean like South. I know they'll call themselves Asian people here, South Asian people.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm Asian. Like, oh.
Oh really? That's good,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I still smoke shit probably, you know, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. Quit smoking cigarettes, and I'll have like I think I have some wine. I had some wine last night actually. Probably have like 1 or 2 drinks a month maybe, you know. I never really get drunk or things like that. Obviously, my wife being sick, she doesn't really drink anymore now. She actually just had her second breast surgery last week, which is why I wasn't sure if I could make it today. Yeah. Okay. But she's recovering well. There's much easier recovery than the previous surgery.
All right, Eric. So tell me, where are we?
We're on the path between the Tate Modern, the Modern Art Museum, and Borough Market, this is a really common just tourist walk. As you can see, all like the franchise places that wouldn't normally be fancy are fancied up for the tourist money.
And so, are we going to a market? Because that sounds like a good place to get a meal.
That's what I'm saying. There's also there's going to be famous market fare, which isn't particularly English, but available famously in this market. And there's also going to be more traditional stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's part of a very old stuff. London is comfortable.
Yes.
Mainly the bowels of There's a lot of buildings beneath it. Two of you. Let's carry on, shall we?
All right. Calm down with that. you don't sound good when you do that.
I don't.
No.
What?
Oh God, stop. In America, that like is hypothetically passable in a room where no one has any experience with English or is English themselves. Here, you can't be doing that shit.
I know. I heard. Yeah, I got that impression. I had a really good time.
The experience that I did not get the first time that I was here for 6 hours riding around in a black cab. We're actually right here and we're about to have some chips. Fish. No, not chips. Fish. We're gonna have some fish.
There are also chips. Do you want fish and chips? That would be the traditional thing, obviously.
Well, no, I've had chips before, but your suggestion of keeping it light.
We're men around our 40s, and having lunch, a bunch of fish and chips, and then doing stuff is arduous.
So, Barclays. Yeah, I just ordered the same thing you did.
It's supposed to be a nice snack, a little protein injection for the men, and like nearby their 40s. Like this is much more practical than eating a shitload of fried fish and chips in the middle of the day and then trying to do stuff.
These tiny fish. I wanted this.
What? Are you see why did you get that? Why did you order what I ordered?
Why did I? I don't know. Yeah.
This goes around to like.
So Eric says this area right here is usually the market, covered in vendors and their wares and whatnot.
It's usually filled up with like cheesemongers and like dudes selling homemade tortillas, but it's a bank holiday here, meaning that it's a national holiday. And I figured they would have people to make money off all these tourists, but here we are. There's no one here, so I don't know.
Here we are. So what is this? It says mac and cheese.
Oh, it's a long line. I wouldn't want to waste any time.
I can fucking stand in line for some little cup of mac and cheese for like £7. It's not gonna be good. The mac and cheese here is garbage, man. The best mac and cheese is made in my house.
One more pass. Cannon Street Station. Okay.
Yeah, this is is there an underground station here? I did not know that. Like, I never use the fucking proper trains, honestly. They're a pain in the ass. You gotta buy a real ticket. You can't just tap on sometimes.
Nice.
There's actually like this huge. I think black people in England are even more likely to watch anime than back in LA. And I know in LA, in terms of black people, that's the highest percentage. I think Maybe down like south. And you're there with your partner as well.
No, she stays with her family. She stays with her mom, rather. Ideally, of course, we'd love to live together and all of that. A lot of African Americans are moving back there. Yeah, you know, W.E.B. Du Bois. This one, his last resting place.
This one refers to us because history.
Ghana in particular, honestly.
Zachary. Here, Queen Victoria returned thanks to Almighty God for 60th anniversary of her ascension, June 22nd AD, 1897. Oh, I got a bird fly by. St. Paul's Cathedral. Oh yeah, you gotta go inside. Go to St. Bart's Hospital, and behind there there's another market. They'll have other stuff's also very. It's probably that then. Let's see. Let's go. So this is Paternoster Square. This is also a famous area. This is like real like dick in a suit territory. Like during like happy hour, there'll be like tons of guys with pints. But there's a pub. One of these is a pub, and like just guys just like sit out, just like pints. Like the dick in a suit look is a dick in a suit is definitely a London phrase. Like dark navy suit, navy tie, pink or white shirt. Brown shoes, brown belt, very like coiffed hair. Gonna be blonde to ginger, and not a whole lot of variation in there. Yeah. The kind of guy who's like you like, you know, get reservations for your anniversary. Largely, as you can probably smell, a lot of meat mongers, fish mongers, you know, things like that. Probably fresh fruit and veg on the other side. I think they do flowers here as well. I think it's all serving the restaurants in like the center of the city. But I mean, it's a bank holiday, and B, I think they start probably working at like 4:30 in the morning, like a real market, you know. Okay, here's what it's called. I wasn't recording. I got my food. Eric gave us an introduction and everything, and I'm just gonna have to dig in now.
Okay, look, there's a kind of like a very popular chef who owns this restaurant. The dishes he produces, he was famous for using like offcuts of meat, like kidneys and things like that, to turn them into something really simple and tasty. Like you'll see things on the menu that's like, oh, when I was served that as a kid, I thought that was fucking gross, but now like a fillet of mackerel, it's pickled. Here is going to be like the tastiest version of that thing you didn't like when you were a kid. Kidneys on toast, liver and onions, that's all here, but it's all done nicely. Cheers. Good to see you, man. Enjoy. All here. And this used to be just an open alleyway. And you can see there's like a door, this door up here. Right?
Yeah.
So presumably what used to happen is they used to throw stuff down from there into the street here and back in like the wagon or something like that. Probably the same over here.
Self-learning or self-loving? Put a little bit of both in the measure, I think.
Yeah. You guys have a nice meal there.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Ready?
sun's coming out, huh?
Yeah, it was definitely the first like nice sunny weekend in months, and everyone was out in the fucking city. Famous restaurant, real. It's like of the famous restaurants. Did you have a drone as well? Did I see drone footage in those things?
Nah.
I thought you had aerial footage somewhere.
Really? Nah. Oh, aerial footage. That was from my cousin. Yeah, he came to visit and he had he brought his drone. He's actually licensed to operate drones. He works for
That's lucrative, potentially.
a local news.
But that's a fun job. Yeah, because like,
it's a small town in California. Little hick town.
I have never spent any time in California for real. I've been to San Francisco like once. I've never been to LA. I always felt that I should, because people on the East Coast always think I'm from the West Coast because the way I talk or whatever, even though I talk super fast, right? But I guess I have like a lot of weed in my voice, so it sounds like California sometimes, you know what I mean? It's so nice to like actually have like, this is the first American dude I hung out with in a while, man. It's so nice to just like shoot my shit, you know what I mean? And like, do people miss hearing me all the time here, you know what I mean? And like, because they see my face and think a fucking Chinese accent's gonna come out of it. Because, you know, and specifically black women, because like me growing up as like a weird little Asian kid in the 80s and 90s, right? And black women in America, I think you can say to a large extent they really have the feet on the ground. Because if you're a black woman in America, you gotta be aware of what's going on around you at all times.
Stonebridge Park and Harrow Wilson is a permanent good service on the rest of the line. The district line is partially closed between West Ham and Tower Hill and between West Court and Wimbledon due to permanent good service on the rest of the line. The Hamilton City line is closed due to permanent The Northern line is partially closed. No service between Pennington and Moorgate. Severe delays on the rest of
Mind the gap. Mind the gap.
Well, how did this happen? So yesterday I met a couple from California who exited at the Hounslow East station mistakenly and had to walk 15 minutes to get to our accommodation. I met them at my accommodation. We're also not sharing anything. We're on this trip together. Our itineraries matched up in this city and in this in this country. So anyhow, they exited at Hounslow East and they had to walk 15 minutes to get to their accommodation, and I didn't have to because I went to Hounslow Central. That was not a mistake I made yesterday, and here I am making the mistake today, exiting at Hounslow East when I should have exited at Hounslow Central. So they said you had to go down the street and then make some turns in residential area. This is a nice little quaint little home at the end of the block, one of the better homes. It's situated apart from the other homes, which is nice. So here I am making the same journey that those folks made, just walking through the city, through the streets to get to my accommodation, when if I had just gotten off at the Hounslow Central location, I'd have been 600 feet from my destination.
Man. Well, so many. It's like Eric said, human error. Human error. If we weren't all on train tracks, headed in the same direction or heading to our destination on train tracks, we could certainly get off course. Peace.
Window seat surfing on the wing. As an adolescent, I dreamed of big things. Climb to the top of the mountain to see the scene. Petty wap, don't want me to have anything. I'm the captain, no jet lag. Boeing jet swag. Floating to the sunset, keep the drinks coming back. She summoned me, gave me turbulence on the sink. Pretty flight attendant boarding pass.